Am I live? I think I'm live. Let's see if I can hear myself on the channel. Boom. There we go. Yep, I'm live. I can hear myself. Welcome to the live, two viewers. Yeah, so this is just gonna kind of be my last Q&A for the week. Done a lot lately. What up, guys? But yeah, it's like yeah, this is kind of be my last Q&A for the week. But yeah, what up, One Pride 40? Welcome to the live. This is just gonna be my last Q&A for the week. I've done a lot lately, and so I kind of want to focus on other videos. But I said I might as well do like one more. And I guess I'll kind of tell you my schedule plans and all that. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. I might do another one if need be. What up, Warrior? Welcome. Yeah, I just thought I'd kind of like give a last live and kind of give you guys my schedule of videos that I plan to do this week. So Tuesday, I plan to do Dean Marlowe versus Will Harris, positional battle. Moby was definitely capping yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. I like Avery Giovanni, but I'm not a huge fan of Moby. I mean, I respect some of his stuff. Like, I really like his spotlight videos, but I didn't really like what he was saying yesterday, and I didn't really like his golf video all that much. I mean, Rams House, he put his worst games and concluded that golf sucks. I mean, if you show a quarterback playing a bad game, of course you're gonna think, oh, this guy sucks. I mean, he should have done like good games that Goff played last year and showed his good plays and his like against good teams and his bad plays against his good games. Like, I don't know, it just wasn't a very lovable video. But yeah, so Tuesday is going to be Dean Marlowe versus Will Harris. Wednesday, I'm going to do Jeff Okuda versus Quinton Dunbar versus Amanio for the number one cornerback spot. And then I'll do my next video. I'll be doing the slots corner battle: Mike Ford versus AJ Parker versus who's the last corner that's in their slot battle? Corn Elder. That's who it is. How can I forget Corn Elder? I'm in South Dakota. I went to Mount Rushmore on Saturday. I'm at the Corn Palace right now. I've got to go. Then I'll be headed to Minnesota. Nice. All right. See you later, Bryce. The Campbell thing upset me more. Oh, I know. That was the worst take I've ever seen. I don't know why he thought that would. Like, I really don't get the whole thing for him right there. Like, how is Campbell a stopgap? And the fact that he was saying because he's not a coordinator, he won't be a good coach. It, yeah, I like Avery. Avery, I like. I really like Avery Giovanni. I mean, I just think he has some really good content, but I didn't really like Moby yesterday, and he kind of felt like a smart aleck. I mean, he kind of just said he accused Rams House or whoever was debating him the other day of being a Stafford follower from Rams to Lions or whatever, instead of like giving proof that he did watch every snap or whatever. I mean, I do like that he challenged him to say make a video about I don't know. John Kapler says Q&A: should the Lions sign Jesse Bates? Is that Jesse Bates? And draft the Notre Dame safety 6'4", 215. BDS should be nasty then. So I really don't know much about Kyle Hamilton, but I love Jesse Bates. If we could sign Jesse Bates, that would be a miracle for me. My biggest thing is that you're gonna have to go with the assumption that Tracy Walker is not going to get re-signed or had a down year. I would love to get Jesse Bates. Personally, I think he's the best safety in football. I mean, I literally rank him as number one in my top 5 positional ranking videos. I mean, this guy had 15 passes defense, 3 interceptions, and a forced fumble, and had 109 tackles. He was fantastic in his advanced stats, anyways, too. He had 3 interceptions every year. Like, I really like Jesse Bates, so I would prefer Jesse Bates over Tracy Walker, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, even if Tracy has a 2019 repeat season. But I don't know enough about Kyle Hamilton. Um, Unless someone brings up another question, I'm actually down to watch some Kyle Hamilton highlights with you guys. If there is Kyle Hamilton highlights, I mean, it's not film, but yeah, Bates and Hamilton would be disgusting. All right, are you guys down to watch some Kyle Hamilton? Which is crazy. I had Jesse Bates as my number one safety in that draft. He was like my biggest draft player. Like, oh man, I loved Bates so much. That guy was fantastic in Wake Forest. Here, I'm gonna do this. Here. Kyle Hamilton, best safety in college football. All right, share screen. All right, share screen. Boom. All right. Getting all that? Yeah, you are. Okay. Boom, boom. Okay. Okay, so he looks like he's got some good size to him. He has some really long arms. Okay. On coverage. Ooh, that was a perfect read. Wow. Wow. Kyle Hamilton. That was a really good read. Just look at that. He reads the quarterback perfectly. He sees his assignment and gets a perfect pick. Oh, yeah, this is on Just Bombs Productions channel. So go give him. Here, I'll even give this a like. Go give him a look. One of the better highlight channels out there. Here, I'll stop sharing this now. I've only seen a bit. Yeah. I want Elliott, but I didn't expect Bates to be that good. Yeah, dude, I expected Bates to like be a top 5 safety. I was so high on Jesse Bates when he was coming out of college. He was like my guy. Like, oh man, and I think he's gonna get even better. I don't think you guys, if you guys realize, he's playing for the Bengals. Like, he's been playing with some terrible teams, and he's been this good. Can you imagine him on like a really good team like Baltimore or LA or something? Like, he would be insane. Um, Rams House just shared me something that I think is a bit interesting. Let's see. The NFL ranking best in field tier line. Is this ESPN? Oh, okay. So according to Rams House, Frank Ragnow, after getting like 50 coaches and some executives and scouts to vote on interior linemen, Frank Ragnow was ranked as the 4th best interior lineman, which includes guards and centers. Taylor Decker was also an honorable mention. That's pretty impressive. That just shows you how good Frank Ragnow is. Do you expect him to re-sign with them though? I expect him to get tagged if he doesn't get re-signed. It depends on how much cap the Bengals have and if the Bengals are planning to get anyone. I mean, they just signed Trey Hendrickson to a pretty big contract, so they might try to get other things. Um, make some pass rushers or linebackers. It all just depends on how well he plays this year. If he continues to play like the number one safety in football, I 100% expect him to be re-signed. You mean the Lions? With bait? Haha. Yes, yes. I actually think the Lions defense is going to really surprise some people. Like, I really, 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 really am excited for this next season. I looked at our schedule. I really don't believe that there's only like 2 games where I only see as guaranteed losses. That's the LA Rams and no, not the LA Rams, the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. And that's only because I haven't seen Lamar be stopped by anyone really that isn't a playoff team. So I'll have to wait a bit there. Bengals have 17 mil. Ooh, that's not a lot of money. Dude, if we can get Bates, I would be so happy. Getting Bates and Kyle Hamilton after seeing his stuff, that's some exciting stuff that I'd love to see. Like, holy crap. but like, okay, do you guys believe in Tracy Walker though? Because if Tracy Walker has a good year, do you guys want to go for the cheaper Tracy Walker and all that, or do you and get Tracy Walker and then get Kyle Hamilton, or do you guys not believe Tracy Walker's going to rebound year? Because I do really like Tracy Walker as well. The guy had one amazing season in 2019 with Walker. I feel like Tracy Walker also would have had a better year had they not switched him out for Will Harris a bunch of times this season. Yeah, you like Walker too. It all just depends. I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest, I'd be very surprised if the Bengals let their best player on their defense go. And I do. It just depends on how well Walker plays this next season. I mean, Walker could explode. I mean, Walker could have a bad season. Walker could do it. This is a team that has a lot of like question marks. We don't know how good they're going to be, but it could really just be anything at once. I'm really, really pumped to see what happens. Go look up Brandon Joseph from Northwestern. I actually saw a bit of him the other day. Does he have a highlight channel? I know he got like 6 receptions the other year. Joseph. He was a Big Ten Freshman of the Year last year. Brandon Joseph. It's 6 interceptions last year and 2 passes defensed with 52 tackles. It's pretty impressive. It's a good season. maybe that is 100% a possibility. I still think our linebackers aren't as bad as people think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be great, but I think our linebacker core can be good. I think people forget we have Jamie Collins, who was once a top 5 linebacker and was great as a number 1 coverage linebacker, which is fairly impressive considering the fact the PFF never grades anyone well. But I'm not a huge PFF person, anyways. But I don't know. I like using PFF for stats, but not for grades. I'm sure everyone else here agrees that PFF grade system is just absolutely awful. Safety class is pretty deep. I 100% agree. They got Bubba Bolden, Kyle Hamilton, and they got Brandon Joseph. They got Jordan Battle. I'm trying to look into the draft a little bit for you guys because apparently a lot of you guys are actually already looking into 2022's draft. I kind of thought you guys wouldn't want to focus at all on the 2022 draft, but y'all are out here like, yo, draft. Let's go. Do. Okay, there we go. Here. So, I have a question. Would let's see what this goes here. Bro, we're Lions fans. This is what we do. Very true. Oh, I know, but you guys also seem so confident. Everyone seems so confident in Campbell and all that. I mean, it's nice to prepare for the draft, but I also love to prepare for the next season. I mean, to be fair, in last year's draft, I knew like just about everyone drafted because I was like I was not a I was really big into this year's draft, I guess. But yeah, I guess it's understandable. Do. In his defense, it was completely on accident. He was just meaning to show his head, and then he actually barely tapped the ref. I'm sorry, but if that happened with like a Green Bay Packers player, New England player, it would not happen. Like they would not have ejected a New England player right then and there. We are. Oh yeah. So I guess is there a video you guys have in mind that you guys want me to try and make? By the way, like what's something you guys want to see? Because right now I got like a little bit of position battle thing. Because I actually just realized something. My position battle thing might be a bit too much like Dion's. I'm gonna be. I was initially gonna do like Will Harris versus Dean Marlowe, but I realized Dose Dion's already got himself a little bit of a thing like that called a versus series. So I don't really know if I should do a versus series, considering the fact that Dion already has that. So I don't know. So I would kind of like know what you guys want to do. Moby was a massive Patricia defender. Yeah, and then he acts like he knew that Matt Patricia was sucks and all that. Like Moby was a guy who defended the draft and everything, and I don't know. Moby was a massive Patricia defender. I don't know why he acted like he always hated Patricia. I'm gonna admit I was a Patricia defender because I'm like, okay, 2019 we had this top offense, and 2019 we had all these injuries. We had potential 2020, and then we sucked. I'll admit I defended Patricia after the explosion of 2019, but yeah, 20 Patricia just really made me look dumb. But I'm high on Campbell as well. I sure hope so. You have Dan Campbell in your profile picture. But I actually am just super high on Dan Campbell. This man, he may seem like this tough meathead, but that guy is smart. The guy the guy knows how to coach. Not a single tight end during his time in his time in Miami, he made guys like Charles Clay. He didn't also make Jared Cook look good. He never had a tight end at least not play good. He said tight ends play elite season. He did his job perfectly, and then he was also an assistant head coach, and Sean Payton gave him a lot of credit. Like, it's really insane how good he is. That Raft is a crybaby and that Raft is a crybaby and over. Uses the power he's given. Huh? I'm kind of confused here. Who's Raft? I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know who the Raft is. Do you mean Moby? But continuing back onto Campbell, Campbell was just fantastic this offseason. I mean, he brought in good staff. Him and the GM have working together. They're making chemistry. They're doing everything that you want in a coach. He's doing. He's motivating his players. The players are wanting do a what if series like I'm doing. Joseph, you made it, man. I'm so happy you're here, man. I mean, glad to see you. I can do a what if series. What have you done so far? I haven't actually really looked at all the YouTubers that I've been following lately. I've kind of just been focusing on Detroit what if series. What have you talked about? Because I don't want to do like a repeat of what you've already done. But I'll do a what if series. I also think I might talk about. I might do like a. Honestly, what if series is actually a really good idea at this point. And 3.5 still only passed in favor. Dude, I do not get why people like Justin Fields all that much. I think he has potential, but I don't. I feel like there's a Justin Fields like every draft or two. That the athletic dual threat quarterback you can't pass on, who's super good, that everybody loves and says is going to be amazing. One Pride 40 Rams. Welcome to the live Rams house. One Pride 40. Hearing Moby was a major Patricia and is literally the least surprising thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I don't really get him at all, man. Like he's just yeah. I think this is a staff that's going to be super good. The only coach I'm really concerned about getting a head coaching job right now is Aaron Glenn. That's only because he got interest from the Jets, so he's at least had head coaching interviews. Maybe Deuce Staley. I could maybe see him get like a head coaching interview if the Lions are a really good run game team and are majorly improved. But I don't think we're going to be losing anyone at least for the next 2 years. Yeah, dude. I mean, I respect people having opinions and all that, and I I don't know. I just don't get why people have to be so angry and all that. Like I rewatched the entire live with Avery and Moby and all that, and I mean, he literally was defending the fact that the Cowboys game was a good game for golf. Did he know the stats for the Goff game? Like, I don't get it. I mean, I don't know. But also, he said we were the only thing we had was a good old line. I mean, none of his points really made any sense to me. I mean, did we not have a good running back core? Do we not have a good front seven? Do we, like, I don't think all we have is a good old line. I don't know. Hopefully the stuff, yeah, like, I don't know. Riff, not ref. I'm not seeing Deuce. The only reason I'm saying Deuce is because Deuce Staley actually was a head coach, was a finalist for the Philadelphia Eagles head coaching job. The battle was between Deuce Staley and Nick Sirianni, is from what I heard. Staley, head coach. I believe it's what I heard. He says he's also grooming Deuce. I mean, Dan Campbell himself has also said he's uh, grooming Deuce Staley to be a head coach. And I don't know. And I heard he was a serious contender for like to replace, like I don't know, replace Doug Peterson. I did what the Lions didn't draft Tavai and drafted Metcalf and teamed him up with Galladay. Oh, okay. He thinks Levi is a nose, but he's not going to play nose. Dude, he's not playing nose. He's a 3-tech. And even then, that guy got pressure as a nose tackle at Washington. He had 31 quarterback pressures. Yeah, dude, Ramtels, he was saying Levi Onwuzurike is a nose tackle. I really don't know if Moby knows what this team is right now. Like he said we're paying a bunch of money to Goff, so that means he's going to be here. That means they're 100% invested into Jared Goff, and they're never going to draft another quarterback the entire time during the Brad Holmes era. But that's not even the worst thing he said. He said he thinks Dan Campbell is a bridge coach, and that Deuce Staley could be someone who replaces him, or just some kind of bridge coach. Like I really don't get it. I don't. He has some really bad takes yesterday. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Avery, but like, I kind of was hoping him to like kind of say, "Nah, that's not true." My next what if we're gonna be is the Lions got Reggie White in building and signed. They should have drafted Robert Porcher. The Lions would sign more playoff games in the '90s. Huh? Okay. The Lions are set at nose. Well, and dude, Levi Onwuzurike would not play nose with the size he has right now in the NFL. Okay, Levi is 100% a 3-tech. Avery had zero pushback. Yeah. Well, to be fair, I don't think Avery was 100% in it in that. I don't know. He seemed off yesterday at the live. I don't know. Maybe I mean I do know he was drinking, so maybe he was drunk or something. I don't know. But I still really like Avery. Avery's a good YouTuber. I mean, there's some really good videos he has. So I don't know. I like Avery, but yeah, I'm told it's going to be McNeil. McNeil will be the nose tackle. John Penicini doesn't have the pass rush ability of Aleem McNeil. Aleem McNeil was double teamed every play last year. Every single play. That's impressive. Okay, just for some Aleem McNeil stats. I'm not saying he's ever going to be like this crazy player, but like this guy, he's just a great player. Me and Rams House talked about Aleem McNeil the other day. This guy's just fantastic. I mean, you don't get double teamed every single play in college for no reason. I mean, he had 10 sacks in college. He even had himself a pick. He's a baseball player. He had 77 tackles, 10 sacks, and 1 interception, and 2 forced fumbles, and was double teamed every play of 2020. And I think he was double teamed a bunch in 2019 too. On Pride 40, that Goff video Moby did was terrible. Someone in Luci's Discord asked me to write about it. I had some notes. Levi is in no way a nose. Doesn't look like one. Doesn't play like one. Isn't big enough. Yep. That shows you how little this dude knows about football. Almost our whole draft class is going to start, and that's just insane to me. Yeah, I mean, I could see that 100%. The only player who I do not think is going to start is Ifitu, and we'll see what happens with Tavai versus Barnes. I think that's the big battle right now. But those are the only players, not including Jefferson, that will start. But I think 100% Levi Onwuzurike will start. I do like Deshaun Hand. That's his competition, but I think Levi Onwuzurike will make it. I think Elaine McNeil's going to start. I think Penei Sewell will start. And I think Amon-Ra St. Brown will start. The only question is, where will Amon-Ra St. Brown start? Will he be the outside receiver or the slot receiver? Personally, I'm really big fan of the lineup of Tyrell Williams, Quintez Cephus, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Having Cephus as an outside, Amon-Ra as a slot, and Tyrell Williams as a number one. But yeah, I think only three are guaranteed. And that, in my opinion, that is Aleem, Sewell, and Amon-Ra. But I also think Levi's pretty dang guaranteed. I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe Levi O. I mean, he's listed as a starter already, and from what I've heard, he's been killing it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hand is his only real competition. Hand can't stay healthy. I think they might take that into account for him starting. Barnes definitely a starter. He's not listed as a starter yet, but we'll see what happens. I really like Barnes. He reminds me a lot of a poor man's Devin White. Bad in coverage, but great at run stuffing and pretty good potential to pass rush. By the way, Moby is off on his assessment and has been for a while. I don't watch enough of Moby. I watch his spotlight videos and his golf video. So I like his spotlight videos, but I don't really like his takes a lot of times. That's my issue. But I think he's still a solid YouTuber. Joseph Monock agreed. Oh, dude, Levi starting. I mean, I think he definitely could. I mean, Rams house, thumbs up. One Pride 40. I don't see Barnes as a starter, honestly. I'm curious. Why don't you see Barnes as a starter, actually? I never got to talk to you about that. 1 by 40, probably Levi is starting, but he's a bit raw and I like Hand. Yeah, it's more of a probably. I mean, it's not like the Campbell is not just going to give rookies the starting job. It's just likely. All the other players I think are guaranteed starters: Sewell, St. Brown, and McNeil. And Levi O is probably going to compete heavily and probably make it. So probably most likely we'll have four starters out of. Let's see how many draft picks do we have. We have Sewell, Levi O, McNeil, Fitu, Amon-Ra, Barnes, and Jefferson. So yeah, okay. Out of all those players, only Jefferson and Fitu and Barnes might not start. Levy is like the late great Jerome Brown of the late '80s. If you want to compare to Levi, I think Levi Onwuzurike is more of a Sheldon Richardson, but with better pass rush potential. But let's see, who's Jerome Brown? I think that sounds like a familiar name. Brown. Jerome Brown. Okay, he is 6'2". Why did I just get a random? I think I just got a basketball thing. Um, NFL. There we go. Jerome Brown. He looks like a legend. Doesn't say his weight. It says he's 6'2". Lee McNeil 6'3". So it says here he at 6'2", 290 pounds. That's Jerome Brown's size. Levi Onwuzurike is 6'3", 293 pounds. So yeah, they're like almost the exact same size. I can get that. I think Levi will start. I'm just not convinced it's a guarantee. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, that's fair, but Moe's takes are better than races that said it would be that Sewell would be a bust the offseason. Just keeps on giving. Wait, better than racist that said it would be a bust? Do you mean the guy who said Sewell will be a bust because he's Polynesian? Yeah, I think that's what you mean. But yeah, I don't know. I think Moby's all right. He has takes, but I don't know. All right, see you later, Joseph. Have fun at work, man. That is a very low bar. That is very Very true. I don't know. At the end of the day, everyone has content they like and dislike. Um, some people really just enjoy channels like Dermoby. Let's see if I can go to Dermoby real quick. Dermoby. Ergo Moby. He has 4,000 subscribers. 4,000. Wow, he really, really hates Campbell. Wow. Wow. I think the thing about Barnes is the fact that a lot of people are not really convinced in Jelani Tavai. Um, Tavai has had those struggles, and there's really no linebacker after Tavai who's really that capable of starting. I'm not a big fan of Alex A. Derek Barnes is a really good run stuffer and pass rusher, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's a part of the fact that you can't have everyone start. And yeah, I agree. Barnes is a fourth round draft pick. It's just the fact that he is a good run stuffer, and Tavai just sucked. I like Tavai. I think he's probably gonna have a rebound year, and I think he might honestly win. And so, yeah, just sucks. Barnes is a fantastic player, and I don't know. I think he'd probably do anything. Yep, I think Tavai wins the job. All right. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Sure. I'm actually kind of a big fan of Tavai, but it's just the fact that he's kind of unproven, I guess. But I don't think I've ever heard Tavai doing this well at practice. I will say that. I don't think he ever did that good in rookie or sophomore seasons. Very true, but also he did. Yeah, I guess you can't really say competition because Derek Barnes did play for Purdue and Tavai played for Hawaii. So I don't really think there's enough of a competition difference. But was Tavai ever great in coverage? My answer is actually, I think Tavai was actually, wasn't Jelani Tavai actually really good in coverage his rookie year? Hold up. Honey, Tavai, PFR. Um, yeah, he didn't allow a single touchdown his rookie year, 78.4 quarterback rating, 69.6% completion percentage. All right, yeah, he was pretty solid. Hey, y'all, I gotta use the restroom. I'll be right back real quick. You all have a little fun in your debates. I gotta go bad. Alright, I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Oh wow, I got 9 viewers in here. But Moby can't stand Holmes because he passed on Justin Fields. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Moby was just trashing on the current organization. I do not get it. Tavai actually put good numbers in coverage in his rookie season before he was asked to gain 20 plus pounds. Very true. Very true. Yeah, I already talked about that, so. That's facts at One Pride. Sup, Omar? Yeah. Oh, yeah, welcome to the den, Omar. Welcome to the live. Just starting my Monday off. That's how Barnes will doing coverage. I can see him stuffing the run. Yeah. Another thing about Goff's contract that people don't understand. The Rams absorbed a lot of guarantees from that contract. The average of Goff's remaining contract is actually $26 million per year. I'm truly convinced Moby is a Stafford hater. Yes, he is. He actually trashed him a lot on Avery Giovanni's YouTube channel. The Rams absorbed a lot of guarantees from that contract. He is not. I don't know. I never really saw Moby praise Stafford at all on that live. He seemed to only trashing him. I don't know. I don't watch enough Moby, so I'm not going to talk about something I do not know. But maybe you guys know more than me. I mean, I don't watch every Lions YouTuber. I mostly watch Dosa Dion, Avery Giovanni, Luke G, sometimes myself, just to make sure I've got my voice in my recordings. I also watch John Kapler. Those are kind of my guys. That puts him in 13th in average salary among QBs this year, and by next year, he'll be 16th with a slew of new QBs getting new contracts. Very true. Very true. Goff is actually not as expensive as Moby was making him out to be, and the restructured contract wasn't so that they could keep Goff for all those years. That way, they get more money in free agency the next 2 years. So that theory of his wasn't very true. But either way, it's fine to believe in your quarterback. You want to believe in your quarterback, and you show him that you're ready to believe in your quarterback, anyways. And I believe in Jared Goff. Do I think he's 100% guaranteed to play amazing? No. Do I think he will? Yes. Yo, Den, check the Lions cap space next year. Yes, sir. Detroit Lions cap space in 2021. We break down the projected available cap space in 2021 for the Detroit Lions and notable contract situation, sharing all options for how much cap space do the Detroit Lions have in 2021? As of March 17, 2021, the Detroit Lions are projected to have 19,328,000. So 19 million? Hold up. Wait. Yeah, 19 million. Wow. It's fine to believe in your QB, but use truthful, accurate, and factual arguments. True. Lying doesn't help. Very true. No. Goff is just a goat, man. Like, he wasn't even trying in his time in LA. You see, he was merely just using 5% of his power around himself. I can't give you an argument for it. But he just wasn't trying. He threw picks on purpose. What's up, everybody? Lions need to restructure Flowers' contract. Can you show it? No, I actually just no one pride 40. Trey Flowers is a good player. They should restructure his contract unless like Julian Okwara absolutely pops off next year. I guess. Oh, but here we go. Rams house has got the goods for us everywhere with the cap space. This shows all our. So according to this site right here, it says we have the 2022 NFL salary cap is 208 million total. So here, I'll show it to you guys. Screen share. So it just says that the NFL salary cap I don't know what is this one saying? Is this saying for like just the NFL or our team salary cap? And which one is ours? Or is it saying right here that we only have 25 million? I don't really understand what that's what it is. That's our cap space with all. Okay. So we only have 25. So you said over the cap. Okay. Jared Goff's cap hit is 31. Screw that. It's appropriate. Um, yeah. I don't know. So these are actually some of our contracts in here. You say over the cap? Over the cap. NFL. Over the cap. And they say Detroit Lions 2022. So, according to Over the Cap, oh, why did it go to 2024? It says we're gonna have 23 million. Okay, I don't know. I don't know who's the more reliable source. No, Terrible takes us. Can you show it? Zoom it up. Oh, I don't know how to zoom it up, man. Uh, Next year's 2022. Yep. Spot track is more accurate. FYI, I don't know. I ain't taking sides. I don't know, man. Whoever, you guys also have to remember it's just projection. So we could have more and we could have less than both those projectors. But it's probably just, I don't know. I have no idea. Whatever our cap will be, our cap will be. I mean, you also got to take into account that we might cut players, we might restructure players, and all that. So we'll probably free up more in our projected amount, which will free up more. Yeah. Now on to Trey Flowers. I don't really understand why everyone has this hatred for Trey Flowers. So Trey Flowers, he had 62 quarterback pressure, 7 sacks, and over 50 tackles, according to PFF in 2019, when he had nobody else on his team other than Devin Kennard. Romeo Gore wasn't good yet. None of our defensive tackles were good. He's a fantastic player, but I'd rather not cut him. I'd rather restructure him 140. Personally, I think he can actually have an explosion year. He's going to be playing, in my opinion, the best front seven he's ever had. He's going to have Romeo Gore, and if Romeo Gore plays anything like last year or better, he's going to have a really good duo with him. I think Lee McNeil's going to take double teams, and he's actually going to free up Romeo and Trey. I think Jamie Collins is a fantastic linebacker. But yeah, I don't know. The thing is with Trey Flowers is the amount he's getting paid. If he doesn't play like a top 10 edge, they should cut him. I doubt it. I doubt he takes a restructure. But why would you take a restructure when or like I guess a pay cut when you know you're not worth the money, no one's going to sign you for that money. I don't know. I'm really hoping that he explodes next year. I think he will surprise everyone and get like 9 sacks or 10. I mean, I don't know. I think the big thing with him is pressure. He's a big pressure guy with good run stuffing, and I don't know. It's just I don't know. I think people just look at his sack numbers. Why not trade him? If someone's willing to give a good draft pick for him, I wouldn't mind that. I don't know. That's the thing, is who would want that player? He's not lived up to that contract. That is very true. He's a pretty fantastic player. Um, I don't know. It's just I think he's an underrated part of our team, and I think he's a big reason why I think we're going to have an improved defense next year. Hello, kitty cat. But yeah, I don't know. It's it's an interesting situation. Personally, I'm really excited to see what Julian Okwara can do, because if Julian Okwara can come in and explode, you don't think there's dumb teams out there? Nah, we're all geniuses out here. There's a organization that's invested everything in Sean McVay. There's an organization that's invested everything into John Gruden. He needs making 24 mil in 2022. He needs to prove he's worth that. So I have a question. What do you guys think Trey Flowers needs to do statistically in order to prove he's worth the money? Are you thinking like 10 sacks, 11 sacks, lots of what amount of pressures, how much tackles? What would you guys want to be satisfied? Wow, I got 10 viewers. Thanks guys for the 10 viewers right now. I love this. I love to see them, man. I always get emotional every time I get double digits. I really love to see that. It's possible, just seems unlikely. It's true, but what would you guys? What would you guys need to see though? Why not Houston? Maybe Miami and New York. Well, Houston actually has a smarter GM and Nick. Um, shoot, what's his name? Casino. Who's Houston Texans GM? Houston Texans GM. Nick Caserio. So I actually really like Nick Caserio. I think he's gonna actually help out a bit. I don't know why he. I think the team hired David Culley and not Caserio, but I don't know. Maybe Miami or New York. I say we try to we offer Trey a restructure, and if he doesn't want to help the team, snip snip. Okay, 60 tackles, 12 sacks, 60 to 70 quarterback pressures. I think he can do that. Maybe like 10 sacks, maybe, but I don't know. He needs to put up 50 plus pressures and be a top edge run defender. Oh, but he's done that before, though, hasn't he? 2019, he had 62 quarterback pressures. Flowers, ESPN. And if we go here, he had 7 sacks, 51 tackles, and 2 forced fumbles. According to PFF, he had 62 quarterback pressures. For the money, he needs more sacks. So what's more important to you guys? Quarterback pressures or sacks? Because in my opinion, quarterback pressures always lead to consistent sacks. And because you can have players with a lot of sacks, but if they don't have pressure, then they'll do bad. An example is actually a current Detroit Lions, Nick Williams. Nick Williams, he had only 12 quarterback pressures in his 6-sack season. I mean, it's kind of true. Pressures are more important. Both are important. That's very true. Even according to Rams House, pressures are far more important. Yeah, the team backs. Both. So actually, Rams House, do you still have that quarterback pressure chart that you showed me like a month ago? I think it was like shows like a quarterback rating or whatever versus pressure, or if you still have that or whatever. Because I don't remember the stats anymore. But I don't know. I personally, I'd be satisfied if Trey Flowers got 55 tackles, 9 to 10 sacks, 63 quarterback pressures. That would be kind of like something similar to Steve O's stats, except maybe like 2 less sacks. 12 sacks, and 8 of them can't be unblocked sacks. All right, all right, all right. I do think everyone's got to remember that Trey Flowers hasn't had really much help. He's had a terrible defensive scheme and no real help. All right, yo, he's got it. He's got it. He's got it. Very nice. Very nice. All right, Luke G. Just go original. And if we go here to here, all right, here I'll screen share it, and I'll try to zoom it up for you guys. That way you guys can see this. Share screen. Window. Share entire screen. So here, does that work better for you guys if I zoom up? Oh, and I went out of the tab. Do you guys see this a bit better? Here, I'll even click on this. So, quarterback passer rating under pressure versus kept clean. This is quarterback pressure when under pressure. This is when versus kept clean. So pressure is definitely very, very, very important. Granted, it doesn't have and interception rates. They even get worse when under pressure. I think Jared Goff's even a good example that pressure matters a lot here. If I can just oh boy, remove. There we go. I need to freaking remove my. I have my screen like all the way. There we go. I got it out. Pressures are more important than sacks. IMO. 15 sacks is a lot, and think about the number of snaps in a season. It's a low percentage of plays that are affected by sacks. Sacks are often times much less impactful than pressures. Pressures lead to INTs and bad passes. Thumbs up by Omar Pancho. Or Patchio. Patch Iso. I'm just going to call you Omar. Also, more pressure to QB gets the worse he plays. Sacks don't tell the same story. Very true. Very true. But my thing is, I want to see Trey Flowers get pressures. Just that guy was insane at it in 1 year. I actually want to. I'm going to show you another example of Trey Flowers, and he put the top guys in football. If I could, my Google Docs would load. Here it is. Let's get back to sharing. Add to stream. He had 78 total quarterback pressures in 2018. He had the same amount as J.J. Watt, and he was up in the likes with Dee Ford. Here we go, J.J. Watt, ESPN. How good was his 2018 season? His 2018 season, he had 16 sacks. He was still one of the best players in football at the time. So he was up with the likes of a 16 sack player and J.J. Watt in pressures. Trey's got potential. I think he's got the ability to play good. Pacheco. Oh, okay. So it's like, okay, Pacheco. Okay. NFL QBs are too good to have a clean pocket. They will pick you apart. Pressure is necessary for a defense to have success. For sure, man. I also I don't know. I'd rather have. I mean, sacks are very nice because it's an end play and it kind of puts the team in a bad position. But I'd rather have a bunch of players have a bunch of pressure and do well. And I also feel like having a good amount of pressures is a better and having a good amount of sacks is a much more indicator of how good that player is at getting sacks. Or, you can have a player like Nick Williams who had 6 sacks, which is a solid number, but only have 12 quarterback pressures, and he completely busts next season. Yeah, he hasn't had help. That's not our problem. He wanted to be part of a buddy plan from and New York get to work or give up money. Trey Flowers knew he didn't come to Detroit. A lot. Trey Flowers was seen as the number one edge in the free agent class. I feel like people forget this. He was a sought after player. We didn't. Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn didn't just bring in Trey Flowers because he's a New England Patriot. He was brought in because he was a really good player at New England, and a lot of teams wanted him. I mean, we didn't just pay Trey Flowers $90 million just because New England ties, buddy, high five like we did for Duron Harmon or um, Darryl Roberts. A guy could get 2 sacks in a game or 6 pressures. Very true. Very true. Yeah, I don't know. So moving on from the Trey Flowers topic, because I guess at the end of the day we'll just see what happens with him at this season. What player on the offense are you guys most excited to see, and the player on the defense that you guys are most excited to see? For offense, I am excited to see. It's a tie for me, but T.J. Hockenson or DeAndre Swift. I'm really excited to see what they can do. Swift, we didn't get to see a full season of him, and yet he still had a very, very, really, really good year. He had 10 total touchdowns, despite the fact he didn't start till the Washington game. He had 4.6 yards per carry. He nearly had 5, and he still had over 100 rushing attempts. For the defensive side of the ball, I mean, for T.J. Hockenson, I'm very excited to see how he does. If he reached that 1,000-yard mark, that's something I really liked. I've been following. Hockenson has been like my guy ever since he was at Iowa. And for defense, I'm personally actually really excited to see Julian Okwara. Julian Okwara and Jeff Okudah are the players I'm most excited to see next year. The biggest reason is Julian Okwara had great college stats. He has some athletic potential. He's healthy. I want to see what he can do. Jeff Okudah, I want to see that him at least live up to being a first round level corner. I want to see him have success. What about him? So Rams House says his 2 guys are Jared Goff with a winky face and Tracy Walker. I actually respect that. I'm actually excited to see what Jared Goff can do, just to see who's right, who's wrong on Goff and the Lions in his time here. So yeah. One Bright 40 says Hawk and McNeil, but you would also say Penei Sewell. Once again, very reasonable. It's exciting to see how well Sewell will play at the right tackle spot. McNeil's going to be exciting to see him take up those double teams. Hawk, once again, everyone's excited to see Hawk. I'm so excited to see Hawk next year. McNeil was second on defense. I think everyone's excited to see McNeil. He's a fantastic player. He was a steal. I had him as my number 2 defensive tackle ahead of Levi O. I really, really liked McNeil in this draft process. And the fact that we got him in the 3rd round, I had him as a 2nd round lock. So the fact that we got him in the 3rd was just absolutely great to me. We know what Hawk's going to do. Yes, but we want to see it finally happen. We've been saying Hawk is like this legendary tight end. And it's just exciting. I can't wait to see him get that. Like, right? See him have that insane, finally explode and become that top 3 tight end that we've all known he can be. Omar says he's excited to see a healthy Tyrell Williams, and Rams House also agrees and says that's a very good one. I am also for Tyrell Williams. I'm just excited for this entire team in total. Like, I feel like you guys are all going to mention a player. I'm going to be like, ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. But the players I have are there. St. Brown, Williams, Swift are the 3 for your offense. Oh, like you're excited to see Jamal Williams, huh? That's a new answer. But do you believe Campbell can give us a read? Sorry, a read. Yeah, yes, a read. No, a ring. Yes, I actually 100% believe Dan Campbell can give us a ring. Not in 2021, but I 100% believe that he can 100% get you to a Super Bowl. He's bringing what do coaches need in order to get to Super Bowl? Talent. Okay, some fantastic players. Free agents are wanting to come here. So that's a good sign. He's brought in good coaches, has he not? He motivates his players. I 100% believe Campbell can get this a ring. I feel like he's building a Super Bowl team. Moby reminds me of EDP. Tyrell. You're totally right. Pressure's all day, but for the money, people expect sacks. And yes, I remember being the number one edge in free agency. LOL. Barnes. When I think of being excited, I'm thinking of wanting to see questions answered. uh, Personally, well, we haven't had many things. Mostly, I start mentioning some things, and then people are like, "Yo, I agree." And then there's like this giant stat line of people agreeing with me. It's actually kind of hilarious. Yeah, but I guess questions could be appreciated right now. But yeah, if you guys should go get some questions, that would be pretty dang cool. I did forget. I sometimes I just get bad and I start talking to the chat when I actually do part of the Q&A part of the Q&A. I don't know. I really like the chat, to be perfectly honest with you. I think I really like the people in here. You guys are all a lot of fun. You guys all seem to know a lot about football. I believe Dan Campbell can give us a Lombardi. I 100% agree. It's just like I said earlier when you said if I think he can get us it. Campbell is doing everything right now that a coach needs to do. He's not bringing in his buddies. He's not firing legendary line coaches like some coaches. He's not he's not bringing in his old players because they're his old players. And he's not even giving them guaranteed spots. He's making them fight if they are from the old team. He's being a good coach. He's doing everything right. Motivation, drafting, fellow staff, working for your GM. Can Tyler Williams be a number one receiver when healthy and a good swing? Yes, scheme. Can Swift elevate from a rookie? So, okay, I'm going to do this one at a time. Can Tyler Williams be a healthy number one in a good scheme? 100%. Now, will he be an elite number one? I don't know. But here, I'm going to share my screen again. I hope you guys can see this well. Share screen. Yes, I want to do it. Click. Here we go. So, Tyrell Williams, I'm going to show you guys some pretty big stats here. I already kind of showed them on my one video on Tyrell. Okay. He had 15.5 yards per catch and 6 receiving touchdowns in 2019. But if we go, oh, this is going to kind of be a big one here. Stats here. I got a lot of stuff on why I think Tyler Williams is going to be fantastic and why he's under piece. We go to the top 10 receiving yard leaders. Granted, they do have more targets. I will say that. Only 1, 2 receivers have as good of a catch average as Tyler Williams. I'm not saying he's going to be a top 10 receiver, but this guy's shown he can be a dangerous, fantastic player. If he got as many catches as all these players according to his yard averages, he would have literally had more yards than Stephon Diggs. I'm just saying he's explosive. The question is if he can stay healthy. But if we go to his time in San Diego, when he was shown to get real amount of targets, 120, he still had the 15 yards per catch. He had over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns. Of course, with the return of the healthy receivers, his targets went down, but then he had 16.9, 4 touchdowns. He's a good player, and I feel like people forget this. His quarterback rating is fantastic. Tyrell Williams, PFR. We go here. Boom. Catch percentage, 65.6. That's pretty dang good. Quarterback rating, 110.9. 90.1. He's a good receiver. He's fantastic. I really, really like Tyrell Williams. Okay. And can Swift elevate from efficient rookie to a top 10 running back? Yes, I 100% believe so. First, DeAndre Swift. Yeah, let's go to DeAndre Swift's stats real quick. Despite the fact that DeAndre Swift only had 114 rushing attempts and he didn't get a real starting job till the Washington game, he got this much. He didn't start till his final 5 games of the season, and he got 521 yards. He had 10 total touchdowns. This guy can be fantastic. He was the biggest reason why we had our first blowout in a long time with Matt Patricia. 116 yards, 8.3 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. He had 81 yards, 5.1 yards per carry. And then he had 68 receiving yards and a receiving touchdown versus the Washington football team. I mean, this guy is fantastic. I mean, and one of the only reasons his yards per carry wasn't 5, or at least higher, is because of the Indianapolis Colts game and the Falcons game. Those are really the only reasons. And the Colts, he only had 6 rushing attempts and injured a line. I firmly believe Swift can't become a top 10 running back. Can St. Brown be as good as many people think he can be? So, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Okay. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Contested catches. So, I saw in an interview with Amon-Ra, as he talked about, they said he was 8th in contested catches. Let's see if I can find it. See it in here. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. So, okay, you're gonna what I just got to say. You're gonna have to look at his uh his interview, but he said he got that the interview person said he was 8. So, but here's the thing. Look how versatile this guy is. 116 slot snaps, 293 wide snaps, 844 snaps in slot, 76 wide, 263, 197. This guy can do everything. He can go out and be an outside receiver. He can be a slot. He can go out and be a gadget player. He did that. He had a giant run versus Colorado. The guy literally is a fantastic player. I really, really like Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's got a good route tree. He had one of the best route trees I've ever seen. I did a lot of film review on Amon-Ra. This guy was a steal. You know, he was the best blocking receiver in this draft when they were doing the draft process on him when they're in the draft room. Amon-Ra St. Brown was also working with Jared Goff on creating a Cooper Cup like connection. Let's see if I can find it. Here you go. Jared Goff teaching Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's putting in the work. He's out here saying, I'm going to take someone's job. He has the mentality. He has the route running. He has the contested catch ability. He has had the college success. I really, really like Amon-Ra. He is versatile. He has so much he can do. I really like Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I firmly believe that he can be a fantastic player. Now, granted, I don't know who my pro comparison is for him, because at first my pro comparison for him, in terms of size, was Robert Woods, but their play styles are different. Robert Woods is more of a yard set to the catch. So I don't know who my pro comparison for Amon-Ra St. Brown will be, but I'm very excited to see what he can do. Can Goff ball away from McVay? Yes, he can. Jared Goff is not a product of Sean McVay. Sean McVay has proven time and time again that he's an arrogant guy. He's fired Tommy Cromer, one of the best offensive line, or no, sorry, not Tommy. His name's Eric Cromer. Sorry, he fired him. He fired him because he said, "You're not giving me the O-line pieces for this to succeed." When he hasn't given him anything, Cromer's given him supposedly these good O-lines, despite the fact that I've literally said that they are not good O-lines before, or whatever. Cromer is considered one of the best offensive line coaches, if not top 3. And yet he he didn't draft any alignment. He only is letting the backups be the new alignment. Goff can be good. McVay is not the only offensive genius. Jared Goff was picked number 1. I don't get. People do not remember that Jared Goff was the #1 overall pick. He wasn't some 7th-round quarterback. He wasn't the 5th round or even the 3rd round. He was the 1st overall pick. He has talent, and people forget that. Yes, he doesn't have Matthew Stafford's arm, but he still has an arm. He's clearly thrown deep before. In fact, in many deep ball projects, he was rated better at the deep ball than Stafford at times. It's just literally Goff can be good without McVay. McVay is not the only offensive mind to ever make a quarterback go from bad to good. And I think people say, "Oh, he was bad before McVay." Goff's coach was Jeff Fisher. Of course he sucked. Sam Bradford sucked too, and he went to Minnesota and played really well. Goff is gonna. I think Goff is gonna have a good year. I think he gets 4,000 yards. I think he gets 30 touchdowns to 10 interceptions with a 65% completion percentage. I think he gets 7.9 yards per throw or 8 yards per throw. I think he's gonna explode. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I think he will. If we keep this coaching staff together, I believe we can. So, Rams House, you're higher on the Rams this year or the Lions this year? I'm not looking for your answers necessarily. They are the questions I'm excited to see answered this season. Oh, okay. Right now, good job. I'm so happy that Rams, you're talking positive about the Rams. Woohoo! Okuda to bust out. I hope you mean burst. YouTube. Jeff Okuda versus DeAndre Hopkins. I'm going to show this real quick. Jeff Okuda to DeAndre Hopkins. Let's see if this shows. Okay, the #1 thing Jeff Okuda was known for back in college was his man coverage. And how he'd be right up to players. Let's watch Jeff Okuda versus DeAndre Hopkins. Okay? That was one of the few plays he's up there. But I want you guys to know something when they line up to each other. If this can show up here. Look how far away Okuda was lined up. Just for this little screenplay. He was all the way past this little line here. Granted, maybe he identified something, and he made a big play. Just stop pausing. Freaking internet. Where is that? Look, once again. Why was Okuda all the way over here? Here, let's watch this play here. Okuda just lines up over here. I think that the fact that they make Okuda so far away from the receivers, and they didn't know what they were doing. Either they played too much man or they played too much zone. Okuda did not have a pass rush to help him out, to give him speed, the only good pass rush for last year. He didn't have a good defensive coordinator. He had Corey Undlin as his defensive coordinator, and his head coach was Matt Patricia that didn't know what they're doing. He's full out and said he didn't know how to read NFL film this year. It wasn't until Campbell and Glenn came that he figured out how to do film. I think Okuda will have a great year. A healthy Williams will make life so much better for Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the receivers. I agree. Yeah, we know what you meant, bro. Can Okuda be a top 3 NFL talent? Can Walker be a legit deep threat safety with solid front seven? Can Levi translate the raw explosive talent to the NFL? Will McNeil be as immovable in the NFL as in college? I think okay, out of all the things you said there, I'm gonna do one guarantee. I'm not much of a guarantee player or YouTuber. I really hate to say yes, this is 100% gonna happen. And Lee McNeil will be just as immovable in college. I did a lot of film review on Lee McNeil. I watched a lot of his games that you could find on YouTube. Aleem McNeil is too explosive not to at least take the double teams that he did in college. If you leave him alone, he will chase down your quarterback. This guy's a former baseball player. He's faster than a normal nose tackle. He doesn't have himself Aaron Donald pass rush moves or whatever, but he's got himself some moves that you just don't leave him alone. He is going to be fantastic. Out of every player in this draft class, Alim McNeill is, in my opinion, the least likely to bust. That's just my take. I think Okudah can become a top 3 talent, but I don't know about next year. I think Walker can be a legit deep 3 safety. He was a legit deep 3 safety in 2019. Do I think he will? I don't know. He's a new scheme. It's going to be an entirely different deal for him. I think he can. Levi's raw explosive to the NFL. I haven't watched enough Levi O film to watch. I've watched his highlights, but I haven't watched film. I haven't gotten to watch like a Levi Onwuzurike versus X or whatever. I do know his stats, but I do not know his film. I think he could, but I definitely agree that he is raw. Was kind of blown away by the injury predictor site claiming 86 to 85% time for Williams' impairment. Hard to be injury prone with minimal depth and still successful. True. Except I firmly believe in Quintus Cephas. I firmly believe in Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think we got, people forget we still have TJ Hawkinson. And I think DeAndre Swift is a great pass catching back. Anquan Bolden is who Amon-Ra reminds me of. I don't know. Maybe. I think Quintus Cephas reminds me a lot more of Anquan Bolden than Amon-Ra. Antonio Brown is who Amon-Ra St. Brown reminds me of. Playstyle wise, right? I think I remember you. I watched your film side by side. It's crazy how similar their playstyle is. Okay. One Pride 40, yes and no. Goff has a better chance of long-term success than any of the rookies coming out of the draft this year. I don't. I can agree. Yeah, I can agree. We got the best of line out of the teams that have been drafted. I'm pretty confident in Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson was kind of my quarterback guy for this draft. But I don't. Yeah, I can agree with this, Mark. I like that take. There's some guys who can compete with him. I think Zach and Trevor Lawrence are going to be guys who might compete with him. Explain. Okudah, a zone cover. No, he's a press corner. Every scouting report I've watched. Okay, I watched every single snap of Jeff Okudah. Here, there's actually a spot I can show you. Jeff Okudah, every snap in coverage. I'm going to review it. Where's it at? Okay. I watched every single snap of his 2019 season right here. Every single target. Okudah is best in man coverage. That is his thing. When he's out there in your face, he is great at it. Here, I'll show it to you. Come give this a watch. Jeff Okudah, Ohio State coverage, 2019 season targets by Romaine. I watched it on my old account, so you won't see me on it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm more excited about that. But McVay failed to put Goff into a position to succeed, but Goff didn't elevate a pass it, and he's responsible for that. Now, if reports are about how controlling McVay is accurate, then maybe Goff didn't have any ability to overcome that. So technically, when he's healthy, Williams is better than Galladay, and he is way faster. Oh, I don't know about that one. I'm just saying he has the potential to be a super explosive receiver. He's had the targets and not reached Galladay's numbers, but he's just as explosive as any receiver in football. He's got the speed, size to do stuff. He's a good number one receiver. People act like he's a trash receiver when he's a fantastic receiver. That doesn't excuse the bad interceptions or fumbles, even though he doesn't have anything to work with. He has to be smarter. That comes with his age, 100%. John Kepler, yes, and Williams put more efficient numbers than DK Metcalf. So you can't confirm McVay is controlling. I agree with that. Oh, he 100% is. I'm just being diplomatic. Rams has Amadou. What? Oh dear. I think you might have turned the homeless man on, Rams. McVay didn't give Goff a good situation to be successful, but Goff needs to be smarter. I wouldn't mind picking up Cromer if Fraley leaves. I don't think Fraley will leave. I would actually love to just pick up Cromer right now, too. I don't know, give him some kind of offensive line position. I'm okay with blaming both. Cromer is amazing. Oh, okay. But he's done with little talent the Rams have. Goff will get smarter as he gets older. None of his issues are uncommon for young pocket quarterbacks. So what about Sewell? Is he a surefire guy? So Sewell, I love Sewell. I think Sewell will be good. He's almost as guaranteed as McNeil for me. But my number one thing is he's switching from left to right tackle. And sometimes that can be hard. But the big thing is there's I watched a little bit of Sewell. Fair amount. I think I haven't watched every snap like I plan to. But there are times where he's wrong. But I think he will. It's just I think McNeil is a more surefire guy than Sewell. I think Sewell's probably for sure, but there's no such thing as a guaranteed player. But I just think I'm just a really big fan of McNeil. I don't know why. Yes, my one concern is putting him at right tackle and trying to move him back to the left tackle at some point. Come on, Rams house. That is very common. Can you imagine Cromer for our line? It's not as common as you think, certainly not guys as elite as Sewell. A lot of guys, 140 would be bonkers. Cromer, I mean. Tyrell has not had the targets Galladay has. Well, he had 102. I'm just saying, like, he's had the lots of targets like Galladay. Ramsey did it, Wills did it, Worst did it, Conklin did it, Smith did it, Orlando Brown. It's very common. But they don't switch back, is what Ramshouse is saying. Ramjevic went from left to right. Or was it right from left? Conklin has not gone. Conklin started out as a left tackle, I believe. I don't know. I'm back. Welcome back, Warrior. To be fair, Williams had Keenan Allen on the other side, so his numbers could have been better in San Diego. Very, very true. Actually, I believe in that 1,000-yard years. Wasn't Keenan Allen hurt? Hold up. San Diego. Hold up, bad brother. Up in Los Angeles now. I keep forgetting that they're the Los Angeles Chargers. Still, a lot of times, get it wrong. Their name. Sometimes I still call the Raiders the Oakland Raiders. The 2016, that Tyre Williams exploded. Yeah. Yeah, Keenan Allen was hurt. He wasn't even around. Yeah, Keenan Allen played one game and the year Tyre Williams exploded though. Sewell better start. Sewell will start. Don't worry. Anyone who says Sewell's not starting, it's insane. It's not. Tyrell had a higher yards per target. Allen was hurt Tyrell's big year, but he didn't start all 16 games. He only started 12. Are you sure? Huh. I'm not one to doubt you. I'm sure you got this. Well, still 12 games and over. Pretty dang impressive. Yeah. Yo, we do got 11 viewers, though. This is going pretty good for stream guys. Finally. Oh, I'm sorry. I had a lot to catch up on, y'all. I mean, I answered all those questions there. Yo, it's Avery Giovanni. Yo, I sent you a message on Facebook. Did I don't know if you've ever responded yet. By the way, Avery, let's see if that actually ever. Yeah, I think I sent you a message on Facebook. I don't know if you got it or not. But what's the percentage of Sewell busting through? By the way, Avery, great live the other day. I know there was like the battle with the Goff thing, but that sounded pretty good. How are you doing, by the way? You sound pretty. I don't know, but you look like you're having a good time. But what's the percentage of Sewell busting through? 1%. Yeah, I 100. I'm gonna go like 1.5%. But if it was just left tackle, he'd be 1. It's just I have McNeil at 0.5% chance of busting. And the only reason I think he'll be, if he could ever be a bust, is if he like doesn't Eddie Lacy and doesn't try, and he'll be fine. Yeah. What's your over under wins and losses -7? You think we can only lose 7? games. All right. That for me, my win loss thing is I think we can go from 7 to 10 wins. I think we are better than a 5 win team. That's guaranteed for me. And my biggest thing is our biggest thing is we got better at everything but receiver. That's unanimously should be agreed, other than the quarterback spot. So why are we going from a 5-11 team somehow worse than 5-11? We have ourselves a good running back core. We got ourselves a good front seven. We got ourselves a good old line. That in itself is at least 6 to 7 wins to me. We got Romeo Core. We got Trey Flowers. Like, I don't know. I just think I don't know. I like what we got. I think we're much better than what people are giving us. I've seen it when guys struggle to switch or switch back. 10 wins is the mark. I agree. It's hard to see any of these guys busting in our class. Milifuanu is a boom or bust, though. I 100% agree. Milifuanu, Milifuanu is definitely the biggest boomer bust of this class. But I don't know. I really like Milifuanu as a developmental player. I don't think he'll have much of an impact. You know. So I don't know. I really like what we got. After watching more film on Barnes, but so far not super sold on him at all. The thing is, it depends on what the Lions want Barnes to be. Rams house. If they're asking him to be like a DeAndre Levy, then yeah, he'll be a bust. But I think if they use him as the run stuffer, like Devin White role, kind of a deal, don't use him in coverage as much as they at all. I firmly believe Derek Barnes will have a good time. He was a good run stuffer and a good pass rusher. I'm more high on Tavai. That's because I am a lot more high on Tavai than like just about anyone else besides maybe you, Rams House. Tavai, I really liked Tavai coming out of college. I really liked Tavai in his rookie year, sophomore year. He just didn't play the same his sophomore year, but that's because they made him out of weight. No, I'm not saying he isn't as good. I'm just saying I'm more of a fan of Tavai. But I think Barnes is a better pass rusher than Tavai. And I think that's kind of what's going to be there. I think Barnes can still give you over 100 tackles, and he can give you like 5 sacks. But I think Tavai is someone who can get you over 100 tackles, 3 sacks, but I think he'll be much better in coverage than Barnes. Because I think, for one, Tavai's lost that weight, and he's fantastic at what he does. Sewell will hit Levi, will hit McNeil, hit Melly, coin flip fourth on round same rounds, Barnes hit. Yeah, I 100% agree. I actually think this is a draft that just does really well. The only player I'm really concerned about not doing well is Melifuanu. And it depends on what they do with Barnes. But I don't think the Lions are going to pull a Jared Davis with Barnes and use him as what he's best at, pass rush and on stuff. Like, Tavai had 16.5 sacks in college. Yes, but Barnes also used to be a defensive lineman. So he kind of knows how to get past those D linemen, and he used to be. Excuse me, my nose is really stuffy. Whew, my voice got too deep there. Even though I knew it was much better than that. Whew. But Derek Barnes, here, let me pull him up. Derek Barnes, ESPN. Oh, why? Why doesn't ESPN show his college stats anymore? Barnes. So Derek Barnes had 10.5 sacks in college. He didn't start at all his. He didn't play enough his freshman year, and he was made as a middle linebacker. I know what July Tavai stats are. Don't worry, I'm a big Tavai guy. But Okay, here. I'll pull up Giant with 5 stats just for you, man. College stats. Giant of I never had a 7.5 sack season. Granted, I don't know what their pressure numbers were. District. Tavai's best season was 6 sacks. Barnes' best season 0.5. He nearly had 8 to Tavai's 8. To Tavai's 6. In total, and the only reason Barnes didn't get more sacks last year is he was moved to middle linebacker. So he was at a completely new position. My thing is, I don't think Barnes will start over Tavai, like everyone else does. I think he may, but I don't think he will. I think the reason is because Barnes has only had 1 year of middle linebacker experience. His first season, he was a D lineman. Then he switched to outside linebacker. Then he played outside linebacker phenomenally, and then he was moved to middle linebacker. But so my thing is, Tavai, I like better. I'm one of the few Lions fans who really, really, really likes Tavai. But I think Barnes is a better pass rusher because he's been an outside linebacker. He's had a higher sack season. But I also played against Hawaii. But granted, Hawaii around he played Hawaii was Mountain West. Purdue's Big Ten, right? Is Purdue Big Ten or let me see right now. Is it Big Ten? Does anyone know if they're Big Ten or not? Let me look at this. Let me look this up. Purdue Conference. They're Big Ten, right? Oh, yeah, they're Big Ten. I was right. The Big Ten is a bit harder of competition than the Mountain West. I say this as a Boise State fan. I just think that due to the fact that Barnes faced higher competition might also have led to the fact that Tavai has harder competition. Now, Tavai was an immensely better run stuffer. Tavai had himself 300 tackles and had 2 seasons of over 120 tackles. 8 games. He was fantastic at college. I'm a huge Tavai person. Hey, I'm late. Oh, welcome, Luke. But I'm barely working. Okay. Yeah. No, hey, you're good. You're good, man. They will probably be the most. This will probably be our most successful class. I agree. I think this might be our most successful class the last decade. I don't know enough about the 2000 to 2009 era. The 2009 class was actually really good, wasn't it? I don't know. Yes, Big Ten. I was right. Okay. I thought Green Bay had a terrible draft. They did. I really, really hate Green Bay's draft. If I can go Green Bay Packers. If we go to Green Bay's draft, I'm going to explain to you why I do not like their draft. Go here, Dream. Eric Stokes was drafted because he had a fast 40 time. Not because he's a fantastic corner. I feel like they're just drafting him because he was popular. Eric Stokes, nothing really special about him, in my opinion. I watched film on Eric Stokes. He's got some. I hate ESPN, man. I need to stop using ESPN. It's been a trash site for years. College stats. He had the 4 interceptions, but he only had 20 tackles last year. His career high, even in normal season, is 38. He only had 4 passes defensed. And I wish I had his advanced stats. But I just feel like he's so overrated. He's had 1 year that he was good, but he wasn't a good run stuffer. I don't know. I don't really understand. And Josh Myers, he was a third round guy to me. He was a third, the maybe fourth rounder. I feel like that was such a reach to get Josh Myers. Amari Rogers, I do not like him. People said, "Oh my gosh, this guy's like Randall Cobb," and they're like, "Well, he's going to be good." Royce Newman, I do not like. Slayton I do not like. He got overconfident versus Oklahoma and got ripped. Shamar Jean Charles I do like. Cole Van Lannon I think is more of a guard than a tackle. McDuffie I think might be solid. Kylan Hill's nothing special. In total, if there's guys who I think are going to have an impact, I think Josh Myers might be solid. Amari Rogers, I think, might have a role. And Shamar Jean Charles, and that's it. I don't think Eric Stokes would be that good. I don't think he'll be much more of an improvement over Kevin King. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan. And even then, I don't think Josh Myers is going to be that good. He reminds me of Travis Swanson, our old center before Ragnow. No, our old center before Glasgow. I don't think he's that special. So, yeah, they've been acting a bit weird. Tavai had 2.5 sacks for loss, 1.5 sacks versus Josh Allen. Let me see this. Hold up. Did he really? He really do that against my boy? Josh Allen was like my biggest draft crush I've ever had. And that guy was like the boy for me in college. Hold up, hold up. Was it 2017 that he did that? But did he do it on Josh Allen's big year? No. Oh my gosh, he did. Wow. 10 tackles, 1.5 sacks against Josh Allen. That's actually really impressive. You know what's even more impressive? In 2017, he only had 1, 2, 3 games that he didn't have double-digit tackles. That's impressive. I like that. That's insane. I forgot about that stat. I'm gonna remove my screen share now. Green Bay's been acting strange the last 2 years. True. Their last two drafts have been nightmare. When have any their drafting has never been their forte. 2018 Green Bay Packers draft. Drafting's never really been their forte. I mean, they've always gotten like a good player or something, but they're the 2018 draft. Josh Jackson, bust. Orem Burks, of him. Dion Moore, not even on the team. Cole Madison, I don't think is he good. Cole Madison, PFF. Let's see if he's gotten something. Good. He's not even, did he start? He hasn't even played. J.K. Scott, is he their punter? J.K. Scott. It looks like he's their punter. That's pretty prog, except they drafted a punter in the fifth. Marquise Scantling, he's playing. St. Brown's been a bust. None of these other players I've really heard about. Scantling was like hated by his team by his fans for a long time, and still kind of is. Packers are not good at drafting. One good player does not make an NFL draft, good sir. A draft is not supposed to be one good player, and there you go. That's a good draft. If you have one good player and the rest of your draft sucks, that's an unsuccessful draft to me. Unless you find like Calvin Johnson, but even then, that's still only like a okay draft. A good draft, you have more than one or two players be good. And your two players, if they're going to be two, have to be high level elite players. A draft is supposed to be a class. It's supposed to be successful. I rather prefer to have 10 good players than the one. No, you're right. Thank you, good sir. Yeah, they still draft good players. Every GM gets a hit. Matt Millen drafted Calvin Johnson, I believe. What was Martin Mayhew? He drafted Darius Slay and Zeke Anza. He got some good players too. It's the fact that draft class, a successful draft class, is just so important, and it's something that Brad Holmes seems to really be prioritizing, and it seems to be his forte. And that guy's the reason the Rams drafted Cooper Kupp, from what I heard, and Aaron Donald, and Jared Goff. So he's the reason they had their 2017-2018 superstars. Mayhew did get two. That's very true. But he only seemed to get one player a draft, which is nice. I mean, but it didn't lead to wins for Jim Schwartz. Led to Caldwell to have one good year, and then he got fired because he wasn't doing a good job. Mayhew was really good at getting free agents, though. That was the one thing I respected out of Mayhew. Mayhew got Bush, Tate. He re-signed Calvin. That was like his thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really just excited about what this team's got, and it's been very, very like Quinn. Quinn drafted Galladay in 17, I believe. Was it 17 that he was drafted? Quinn was actually not the worst drafter. He was he was all right, but once again, he wasn't good enough. I think his most successful draft was probably 2020. See, yeah, his 2016 draft was actually pretty good. Taylor Decker, Graham Glasgow, those are two players who were fantastic for us. And Joe Dahl was actually a really good guard, but he just couldn't stay healthy. So he at least had three good players from that draft, but then the rest of the players were all busted in today. His 2017 draft, he drafted Jared Davis and Tease Tabor, so that's already a terrible draft. 2018 draft. 2018 draft still has potential, actually. Frank Ragnow, Carrion, Walker, Hand, Crosby. So he's had Ragnow, Walker, and Hand all have a good role before. And Crosby. He's at least had three players at least play good before, and one of them is still playing good, but only one of them is guaranteed to actually still be good. What about 2019? If you go to 2019, he drafted Hawkinson and Amanio, and that's it. He let go of the players that were actually could have made this draft really good, though. He let go of Travis Fulgham and Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson had a good year last year. Travis Fulgham. But so far, Jelani Tavai and Will Harris and Austin Bryant have been busts. Amanio and only Hawkinson have been good. And they're still they still have potential there. Yeah, yeah. I know I can share my screen. It's actually just right here. It's just it does this a lot, but I don't know. No, Mayhew signed Glover Quinn. Mayhew. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. That's what you were saying. Sorry, I thought you were saying. Oh, Quinn was really bad, but he was all right. At least he brought in some good players. So, Quinn brought in Hawkinson, Glasgow, Decker, Ragnow, Amanio, um, T.J. Hawkinson, Galladay, Jamal Agnew, Tracy Walker, and let's see what else. What else did he? What else did he? He also brought in one more player. It's a player I'm forgetting. Oh, he also brought in Tyrell Crosby. I you're making me choose worse or bad. Jared Davis was a good player. I actually think Jared Davis was pretty bad in coverage. I don't know. Davis is a bit for me. I actually liked him coming out of the draft. I actually didn't you do a video, Luke, on Jared Davis? I feel like you did a video on Jared Davis a little while back, like before the 2020 season. I feel like you did one that was like really good. I actually watched. I actually think Jared Davis will do good in New York though, but in the end he still was a major bust for us. Tease was a safety they tried to make as cornerback. Yeah, I know. I know. Luke, he was a corner coming out of college. Yeah, but he should have switched to a safety. You think Jared Davis was elite? So do you? So you think Jared Davis was elite, but because of Matt Patricia, that was the reason he wasn't good? We all thought Davis was the next Ray Lewis. Yeah, that was actually my profile. My internet's down. Okay. Hold up. There we go. Don Burr disagrees with you. The word elite is like mixing water and oil. They don't mix. Actually, don't you have a video on that? Hold up. I actually feel like Luke, you have a video on Luke G's field review. Jared Davis. Yeah, you do. Jared Davis is elite. Davis was a cornerback coming out of college, but a safety in the NFL. Yeah, it's actually super common to switch those players. CVO says, I thought Davis was elite, but he was better than a lot of fans thought about him. I agree. I thought Davis was a lot better. I thought it was a good. I think he would have been a great outside linebacker, but coverage was not his jam, and I feel like that's kind of what made everyone kind of hate Jared Davis. But Jared Davis, he got better every year. Let me see. What's his PFR stats? I just remember being amazed by this guy. Jared Davis' missed tackle percentage was kind of his thing, but I don't know. His 2018 season was fantastic. 100 tackles, 6 sacks, 17 quarterback pressures. And let's see, he also had 10 quarterback hits. He had a forced fumble and 5 passes defensed. Yeah, Jared, yeah, it looks elite is top 5 guys. Here. Oh, there you go. You can just show this. Okay, so watch this video, guys. Apparently, this is a Luke's video about Jared Davis is elite. So yeah, go give this video a watch. I'll give it a like. Yeah, go give Luke's video a watch. Love the man. Explode the channel. I'm calling it fumble. It'll never change. I'm an American Rams house, and I can say something even if it's wrong. I love it here. Don Burr, everyone has a different idea of elitist. There is no set standard. Rams house, most know the elite, the eye test, and on file. Play tell you what you need to know. Simple. I don't know. Everyone has a different type of elite. In my opinion, there's such thing as elite. I like, for example, I view elite as like the top 12 best players. But that's my definition of elite. But like, there's also just things as having an elite stat and not being an elite player. But, yeah, I don't know. I would say Mayhew is better than Quinn. I don't know, man. I mean, Mayhew failed and hired 2 bad coaches. He did find better superstars at draft. I think Mayhew was better than Quinn. I can agree. I don't know. I just think both are. I think I rather settle for nobody. I rather have Rams House as my GM actually over Mayhew. Rams House would be a fantastic GM. Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Donald, Fred Warner, elite. Well, I mean, is Josh Allen elite? Is Tom Brady elite? Some people would argue that other players are elite and some players aren't. For example, there's some people I know that do not think DK Metcalf's elite yet. Some people think T.J. Hawkinson's already elite, and some people don't think he is. I don't. Don't know where I stand on that, but Brad looks good so far. Brad isn't a great GM, man. I'm sorry, but I think Brad Holmes is going to be better than both Quinn and Mayhew combined. Holmes works with his head coach. Quinn wanted Derek Brown. I'm sorry, Quinn wanted Okuda. Matt Patricia wanted Derek Brown. Tom Brady out of orbit. Fred Warner, elite in coverage, but not really versus the run. That I don't know if I agree with that one. Fred Warner, I think you mean he's bad against the pass, but Fred Warner's pretty dang good against the run. He's had 124 tackles. He's had 118 and 125. That kind of classifies as elite against the run. It's a pass that he doesn't really do much. I don't know. No, you're right. And he has had a 9.5 missed tackle percentage and a 5.3. Last year he was pretty dang good at everything in run statistics. Tackles. I mean, unless you value only tackle for losses, I guess. Um, I don't know. I don't think. You know. Where are you talking, dude? Elite. He has 15 tackles for loss in 3 years. So tackle for losses is all that matters in run stuffing. So I could have 15 tackles, but have 15 tackles for loss last 3 years, run a season, and that makes me elite at the run. I feel like tackles matter. I mean, you need a tackle play in order to stop the run. I don't. I agree with you that Fred Warner isn't the top linebacker. That, but I I don't think tackles for loss is at all how you determine a run. I mean, you praised Blake Martinez the other day. I don't. I don't know if I agree that. I mean, it's good that you can get tackles for losses, but for example, Blake Martinez only got 9 last year to Warner's 7. Is Blake Martinez not good against the run? 2019, Blake Martinez had 150 tackles, but he only had 5 tackles for loss, and he's considered one of the better run stuffers in the game. I mean, I don't know. What hit rate would you give our draft class? I think Sewell's a hit. I think Levi's going to be a hit. I think Elaine's going to be a hit. I think Amon Ra's going to be a hit. I think Iffy is definitely the boomer bust, but I think considering rushing him out, I think he's going to be a hit if they develop him properly. Derek Barnes, if they start him out right away, I think he'll be a miss because I think they're going to try to use him as a mic, and I'm a bit worried about him at coverage right now, right away. No, but I know where tackles for loss is. It's behind the line of scrimmage, but a tackle could be a missed gap and tackling a guy 20 yards downfield. Yes, but Fred Warner's you said it yourself. Fred Warner's like a safety. Fred Warner kind of like goes out and watches people in the box area. He doesn't go behind the line of scrimmage as much as those other guys. I don't know. I don't think tackles for loss are as important as you're making it to be. I mean, yes, there's a line of scrimmage, which is very helpful. A lot of the guys that I know that are these tackle ones don't get all of it. I mean, you still are required to have a tackle. I mean, Bobby Wagner only had 7 tackles for loss. Is he not good at was he not good last year in the run stuffing department? He had the same as Fred Warner. Sorry, as many as Fred Warner had in 2019. mean, I don't know, man. I don't think unless you have a way to show me where these tackles are, you have to look where the raw tackles, running, stuffing is a part of the job. Tackles for loss are defines that tackles are not. Tackles are oftentimes bad. No, you're missing the point. It's about film. It's not about one stat. But you're basing it off one stat. Tackles for loss. You're every other tackle. The missed tackle percentages in the tackles. You're only looking at tackles for loss. Isn't that one stat? To hear Whitehead had a lot of tackles. Yeah. Okay, but just because it's definitive, doesn't mean that's still not one stat. I mean, Bobby Wagner, 7. Just like Fred Warner had in 7 in 2019. Was Fred Warner as good of a run stuffer as Bobby Wagner is this year? Because they both had 7 tackles for loss? Because it's a definitive stat, is it not? I don't really understand why tackle for loss is like the one in went on be all. But Bobby Wagner's film shows what I haven't watched enough of the either. The linebackers I've watched the most are Leighton Vander Esch, Jamie Collins, and Levante David and Devin White. Those are the guys I've watched the most. You're missing the point entirely. I don't know. I haven't watched enough. I don't know. I It's a differences of roles though. It depends on what you think is meaningful run stuffing, I guess. But why are tackles for loss all that matters though? Why is that define run stuffing? If Fred Warner's role is more of the coverage linebacker and the QB spice guy, and he watches the running back and they go out from the hold and boom, he comes in. I really don't think that's Fred Warner's fault. I mean, isn't Fred Warner a Mike linebacker? I don't know. I don't know. I need to watch my own film on the two of them. I don't watch enough of them. The only film I watch again are Devin White, Leighton Vander Esch. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care enough. And 49er Warner is I don't care. Yeah, I agree. We should move on. Warner is a 49ers linebacker. He's not a Lions linebacker. If we're going to talk Lions linebackers, I would love to talk about Jamie Collins and Jelani Tavai and Derek Barnes. Um, I actually have a question for you guys. And something that I've been thinking about. Who was more valuable to their team? To the team, Stephen Tolik or DeAndre Levy? Who was more valuable to our defense? Because I was kind of thinking about it the other day. I was kind of like, who was more important to us? Stephen Tolik. There we go. Looking at like, I don't know, like Levy wasn't because I was looking at DeAndre Levy. He wasn't as good as a run stuffer as Tolik, but Tolik wasn't as good as a coverage player. I would like to see what you guys. Uh, sure, I can actually look at some. Can you value turnovers over everything? Levy for both you guys. Here, I will make a new tab. And here, I watched some random Joseph highlights just for you and Bride. You've been to like every single live I've had, so let's watch some Brandon Joseph highlights real quick. Brandon Joseph highlights. Do. Share screen. Share screen. Brandon Joseph highlight. Boom. Okay. So let's watch this guy. So it looks like he just got a pick, and I just started really late or whatever. Okay. Looks like it's against Fields. Ooh, that was like a one-handed pick on Fields. That's your Bears QB. Look at this. Look at this real quick. Stares down right there at the field. Boom. Picked off easily. His receiver wasn't even looking at the ball until he turned his head. That was a horrible throw. I gotta watch that game. Was number 5 even looking at that play? Okay, never mind. He had his head turned. Oh, wait. Nah, that was just a terrible throw. Brandon Joe, that's a good shutdown play. He in there. So is Brandon Joseph a free or strong safety? Does anyone know? Oh, 5 could have put more effort on that one. Never mind. He jumped for it. Ooh, that was a nice read. Jerome Harmon like play there. Oh, there's Patty Fisher. I really like that guy. He reminded me a lot of Leighton Vander Esch. Good play by Joseph. Some of his picks, though, kind of look like they were given to him instead of him actually being recovered like his first one, though. Like, that was thrown right to him. That's a bad throw. Does he have any tackles? Where's his tackle numbers? Oh, that was a good read. He knew exactly where I was going. Picked it right off. That was a good play. Oh, there we go. Here's a tackle. Oh, never mind. Oh, yep, never mind. Here you go. Boom. Nice. Nice. Michael Roberts, elite. No garbage. Hamilton is better from Notre Dame. It's debatable. Decker for loss. No, we're done with that, John. Tease Tabor, elite. Dang. Don, Luke can have an opinion, sir. He can have an opinion. Tease Tabor was a player who I don't know why he failed on the fact that he should have probably played safety. To be fair, I think Tease Tabor was the ultimate example that Quinn couldn't draft. He said he watched like didn't he say he like watched like every Tease Tabor snap and was confident in Tease Tabor more than any other corner in the draft? I remember him saying something along those lines. I'm so glad we're gone from Quinn Trisha. That was not a good regime. We got some new comments. There we go. No, what do you think? So I saw one tackle in that highlight reel. I mean, I haven't seen every highlight reel, but from that one highlight reel, he seems more like he's a coverage guy than a tackle guy. So I assume he's a free safety. So I'm going to watch more and give you a real in-depth opinion. But I like that he's a ball hawk, but a lot of his picks that came his way kind of seemed to be on batted balls more than they were actually like picks. And now he did have that first highlight reel on Justin Field. That was an interception. That was a really good play, and that one he had on Martinez. Hamilton has been good since his freshman year. Now Jordan Battle, he's a hitter. Brandon has one good year. Let me look at Kyle Hamilton's stats real quick. Hamilton, ESPN. See if he gives me. So Kyle Hamilton, what makes him special? Kyle Hamilton tackles the fences freshman year and 4 interceptions. 63 tackles, 7 passes defense, and 1 interception. Kyle Hamilton does seem like he's been pretty good. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, it's always been there. CB is the only position I wouldn't draft a subpar athlete, even though they have a good tape in college. Yeah. All right, so guys, I'm at the 2-hour and 6-minute mark. I think I'm gonna end the live. You guys are all really awesome. It's good that you guys came. I think my max viewer count was 11 or 12. I can't remember. Either way, that was a really good viewer count. It was a really good live. If you guys can leave a like and a comment and maybe even some video suggestions would be pretty dang cool. I already like John Kapler's what if scenario. And yeah, fun ball's a real word, and I love you guys all.